health and a little wealth and a lot of love.
What other things do hormones do outside of that? Just give me an example of that. And we can move on, but I know because we got to talk about a lot today. But I'm really interested. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. So, I mean, other examples, and I'm mentioning these because we're not going to be talking about them as much later in the episode, but like electrolyte balance or kind of volume or blood pressure balance. There are hormones that are secreted that either act on the kidney or secreted by the kidney that can impact, how your blood vessels react, how it impacts your blood pressure, how it impacts how much sodium or potassium. Primarily sodium is in your blood, so it can regulate your electrolyte levels. It can regulate your blood pressure, your volume status.
Now, blood pressure, I understand that. I don't know. Like, I know what electrolytes are. You drink Gatorade for that, or whatever. That's what they say. And by the way, we're not sponsored by Gatorade. Obviously not. And then you said levels. I don't understand. What does electrolytes and levels do for you, and how does hormones impact that?
So a lot of times electrolytes are important in kind of cell-to-cell interaction, and they can impact like electrical channels through cells. And it's kind of, I mean, you kind of get into the weeds a little bit with electrolytes, but they're important for, the biggest thing is cardiovascular function. So if your electrolytes are really low, it can impact the electrical signals or conduction through the heart. We know that certain electrolytes are really important for a lot of biochemical processes like magnesium. Calcium is really important for not only those kind of electrical systems or those signals, but also for bone health. And so these electrolytes are basically just charged chloride or charged sodium or potassium that are circulating through the blood that a lot of our cells need for basic functions. And so it's important to be able to regulate those, to be able to just have normal cellular functions.
Got it. I did not realize hormones impact electrolytes and all the other stuff, which I guess ties back into our episode title, which is
Hidden hormones behind your weight gain.
So hidden hormones behind your weight gain. Interesting.
And my goal for this episode, I feel like a lot of people are going to get kind of lost with a lot of that. Like, I'm trying not to go too deep into the biochemistry behind it all, except for some of the specifics that I think are relevant with some of these hormones that can impact your weight.
Right. And again, so the purpose of the segment is to deep dive into what hormones are. Again, a lot of people are very familiar with hormones at the sex hormones, but there's other hormones in your body, which I didn't know until this episode. I'm going to be honest. I really didn't know that. So yeah.
And there are a lot of people that came into my office that they hear a lot of information online. They watch a lot of videos, YouTube videos or TikTok videos, and they come in and they're like, I think I need to get my hormones checked because I just don't feel right.
Right.
But they don't know what that means or which hormones that they want checked or the implications or if those hormones come back abnormal. It's just like, I don't feel good. And that's something that I think a lot of us can relate to, that 100%. Like there's something going on. I don't know what's going on, but I just don't feel like myself.
I'm stressed. And the thing is, like, I know everything works together, right? Health works together. And so I won't get into my soapbox, but, news break. Out of all the episodes that we've done so far, this is the one episode I'm the most excited about because it is so hot right now. And people like my age, this is something that my friends talk about. And now I'm not going to divulge too much information, but some of my friends are getting hormones off the black market, which I know we'll talk about that in a second. I know that's not safe. Some people are getting hormones through their doctors. Some people are going to T clinics and estrogen clinics and things of that nature. So we will get into that in a little bit in this episode. But I think it's really important to know that the first part of the segment was talking about hormones in its entirety. And we'll probably do more episodes on this. If you guys are interested, I will say this. We are more archaeologists. These are our interests in what's popular and trending. So we do research here. Eventually, you guys will tell us what you want us to talk about, and we'll do research on that.
With a little health and a little wealth and a lot of love, that's the life that we live. Suits and scrubs.